and then line coaches. On top of that, just making sure that everybody's on the same page. I talked about it before. We got to continue making sure that we're doing a great job of over-communicating and getting the proper message communicated to our players. I think our players have done a heck of a job of protecting the quarterback, and the quarterback has done a great job of getting rid of the football. So right now, I think we're in a good place. Now we just got to continue moving forward.
So as a play caller, when you're getting all those sacks, how does it limit you, and how much has it helped you calling plays the last couple weeks because you're not in those negative situations as much?
Well, it always feels good when you're not in the negative. So whatever we can continue doing moving forward to help us in a positive light, that's what we want to continue doing. And just like I said last week, we're continuing to grow. We're working and growing together as an offensive unit. Our guys are doing the little things that we're asking of them, and we're starting to see some things show up on tape on a consistent basis. We just need to make sure that it can continue this particular week because the challenge is different, the team is different, and the setting is different.
The run game this past week in terms of just touches was more involved than it's been in previous week, even though you've had a lot of other close games or second-half leads. What was it about this game that allowed you to stay with that run more consistently?
Well, I just think that our guys did a heck of a job of maintaining some consistency. Obviously, we still got to be much better on first down. It was a concerted effort just to make sure that we're doing enough in the run game, and I thought the backs did a heck of a job. Now, obviously, when you run it like we did and a number of times, those guys are going to want more, and in order to get more, they got to make sure that they're continuing. All right, to do the little things. We got to continue protecting the football. We got to continue making sure that we're being decisive when being given those opportunities and finding the right seams and making it happen. So we'll continue working on that aspect of our game as well.
And with Brian specifically, now halfway through your first year with him, where have you seen him grow, and how do you see him moving forward within your offense?
Well, first of all, Brian is a tremendous individual. He's a courageous young man that has a story that basically sets himself apart from many different people. I just love the individual. You know, he's a great kid. He's a hardworking professional. And the thing that I love about him is that he has the right attitude and the right mindset. And those are the type of people that you want in an organization. Those are the type of people that you want to lean on in certain situations, such as, you know, what he did this past week and just running the football.
What did you see from Jahan as he was kind of dealing with a few drops earlier in the season? How did he kind of work through that and get back on track?
You know what, Nick, even though Jahan has dropped the ball, he's still been himself. One thing I always tell these guys, I'm not judging you based on something negative that happened. The only thing that matters is the next play. And that's what this game is about. If you play this game long enough, things happen. So the only thing I want to see is how are we going to respond when called upon. And so I've seen a consistent young man that have worked hard at his task. And obviously he's having some production. He's showing some good things. He just needs to continue to put that consistent behavior on tape.
What do you think of that touchdown catch?
He made a heck of a catch. It was good. It was good to see. Obviously, it was good just watching our guys make it happen. We've had our guys have been working their tails off, and it was just good to see, you know, the hard work pay off in that particular moment.
What stands out to you about Seattle's defense, and particularly with their new addition?
Speed. I mean, they're fast. It's a typical Pete defense. They're fast up front. These guys do a great job of penetrating. They want to get to the quarterback. On top of that, they got a great linebacker who's going to be Hall of Fame worthy. And I've watched his career for a number of years. I remember when he was at SC. He's done a tremendous job since he's been in the league. And then, he got some guys in the secondary that love to wreak havoc. So it's a typical Seattle defense, and the challenge is different. We got to go out and execute our offense better than they execute their defense. They're not a defense that's going to cause any confusion because they're going to play straight up and try and beat you with their best. And our job is to make sure that we can go out and do what we do best.
Maybe not as relevant this week, but how have you seen Sam grow with his pre-snap checks?
You know what? Sam is right where he needs to be, just like I say each and every week. Every week, he's growing with the offense. He's doing a heck of a job as a leader. Obviously, it's always been important to him because he takes work home. He studies. He's a humble, hardworking kid that just wants to do it the right way. And so as far as his pre-snap reads and everything, I think he's just doing a great job of just having a complete understanding of what he's looking at, but also feeling more and more confident and just executing his job with great attention to details.
Coach, I know you got half a season of tape to watch on Devin Witherspoon, but has Quan Martin been able to shine any extra light on that?
You know what? I haven't quite asked Quan yet, but I've watched him enough when they were at Illinois together because a good friend of mine who's the head coach at Purdue, we used to babysit him when I was in college. So I've known all about those two young men for a long time. But the kid Witherspoon is pretty damn good.
Absolutely. And your unit is top 10 in a lot of usage rates in the NFL as far as the tight end group is concerned. But Cole Turner has gotten a little bit more usage in the last few weeks. Is that kind of by design? And what have you seen from him as the season progresses?
So ask that question one more time. You said Cole?
Yeah, it's just about Cole Turner's kind of
Gotcha.
increase in usage the last few weeks.
You know what? All of our guys are working. And the thing is the only thing that we want to do whenever your number is called, we want that next man to step up and rise to the occasion. That's what this is about. It's not about one particular individual. It's about the greater good of the team. And on top of that, making sure the greater good of the group is stepping up when called upon, because I want these guys to understand that if we're all doing it right, you know what? We're giving ourselves a chance to be successful.
Take two more. How has John Bates been helping with the pass protection and the run block?
You know what? Bates is doing a heck of a job. He's a new father, first of all. I probably shouldn't even say that, huh? Damn.
What's up?
Okay. I was about to say I just got myself in trouble. But you talking about a good, wholesome kid that you just love watching work every single day. I mean, Bates, he has a workman's mentality. He shows up with his hard hat every single day in his work boots, and that's what you appreciate about him. And, you know, the thing about it, he has not changed from who he is. And the thing that I'm watching and enjoying is he's better than what anybody gives him credit for, because just when you doubt anything, he may come up with a big catch. On top of that, he's doing a great job in the run game as a blocker. And then he's doing the things that he probably doesn't get enough credit for in the background, which has been very, very good to see.
Hey, Eric, what's your coaching point to Sam on that pass to Pringle, where he's going all the way to right, you got the pressure, it's going all the way back to left. What do you tell him on a play like that?
You keep playing. Hey, things happen, right? In situations just like in life, things happen in life, all right? In this game, and if you've been around it long enough, you've participated and played, sometimes plays break down. And when those plays break down, great things can happen if you continue to play. I thought our guys did a great job of continuing to play. Sam kept his feet alive. Pringle kept the route alive. And when you're doing that, that's when the chemistry starts to develop. So you're seeing the connections that we're making, not just because of the X's and O's that we're designing, but no, the fact that we're understanding that if you work at it, guess what? Great things will come.
Did you see how open that was when you threw it, or did you have your heart drop for a second?
If you're in this industry long enough, and you got to understand, I've watched Pat throw a bunch of them, and so I've kind of lost the scare feeling years ago. But you don't doubt those guys. They know exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it. So
When you first saw Sam on tape, did you know he was capable of making those kinds of throws?
yes. In fact, I've shared this with you guys before. I have a couple of good friends of mine that coaches with the University of North Carolina. The O-line coach's son was the strength and conditioning coach down there. Both his sons played on the offensive line at North Carolina. Natron Means was a former teammate of mine. Tim Cross, who I've known since my college days, one of my fraternity brothers. I mean, I've had a great connection with people there, and they told me everything that I needed to know about him, and he's living up to the bill.
You've been talking about, working hard every day, telling me this since training camp. But do you feel like there was maybe a light bulb moment for the offense where you just started to see it starting to click right?
You know what? I don't know if it's so much a light bulb moment because in this industry, you can have a good day or you can have a bad day. And obviously we've proven that. So we just got to learn how to put consistent behavior on tape. Obviously, I always use this old school saying, if you don't work, you don't eat. So if you're not giving yourself a chance to have a chance, then why do it? So we all have to work hard at it, because if we're working hard at it, we'll create our own luck. And if we're creating our own luck, good things will happen. So we can't worry about the things we cannot control. It's all about us going out and making sure we're taking care of the little things that need to be taken care of so we can give ourselves a chance to have the best chance of winning come Sunday.
Anybody else?
Coach, obviously Seattle is just a tough place to play, and you've played there before when you were with the Chiefs. Any tips or any maybe give Sam Howell, because I know you mentioned that a lot of the colleges have been louder than the NFL stadiums, but Seattle's a pretty loud one as well.
You know what? It ain't so much tips. You're just making sure that he's mentally prepared. Because when you're playing in hostile environments like that, everything seems to happen a little faster. That clock seems to be running a little bit faster. I got to get the play out a little faster. Everything feels rushed. So, the biggest thing, I want him to remain calm. I want him to remain poised under pressure as he always does. But the biggest thing is just it's a part of being a professional player. He has to learn to handle the environment, and it will be a loud and hostile environment. But we're looking forward to that challenge.
Last one.
Terry had that catch late in the fourth quarter. I think there was like 5 minutes left, and he slid to keep the clock running. Those little things, do you have to tell him that, or is he the type of player that knows that already?
You know what? First of all, he's a veteran that's been in this league for a while. But those are the type of things that we discuss each and every week, making sure that we're doing the right things, keeping the clock running. So in those particular situations, as a 4-minute mode, you want to make sure you're utilizing as much clock as possible, But as a veteran, I'm not shocked nor surprised that he did that, and he understood the assignment, and he did a great job of executing it in that particular moment.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.
How about this weather?
Bill.